Hello, Karen Bonafilio, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. Glad to have everybody back. And as always, have a special treat for you. This is Tina Escoto. Tina, would you like to say hi before I introduce
Yeah.
you?
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. It's great to be on the show. Thank you.
It's great to have you on the show. I wanted to talk to you for so long, and I'm glad that you were able to make some time. And
Absolutely.
guys, there are some things you're going to really enjoy. So let me tell you a little bit about Tina, and then I'll let her take it away. Tina, your story, I want to hear it, but I have a hunch it might be kind of like mine. So, at a young age, Tina was able to read and feel others. Like many who have psychic abilities, she was unaware of what this was or how to use it. Tragedy struck in her early adult life when she lost a large portion of her immediate family in a short period of time. These great losses caused a shift in her perception of death and were a catalyst for her epic spiritual journey with God. I like that last sentence.
Thank you.
It's good. At this time, her skills began to truly activate, and she started to receive very direct instructions for her spiritual path. After 33 years working in the corporate world, she turned to she turned completely to spiritual work and sharing her gifts from God to support others. Working with and learning from Tina provides a safe environment for transformation, growth, and healing, where your highest divine and honorable good is always at the forefront. I got to tell you, one of the best bios I have read, seriously.
Oh, thank you.
It
Thanks. I
really is
appreciate
good.
that.
Well, tell us a little bit about your journey before we find out about your talents.
Well, I don't know too many people that are in this business that haven't had trauma in their childhood. I'm just being honest. And so my trauma, my parents were divorced when I was 5. And, the trauma started then. I was molested when I was 10.
Oh,
And then when I was 23, I was in a horseback riding accident with my mother, and she died. And
she died?
she died. And then from 88 to 92, I lost my mother. My brother was dying of AIDS when my mom died, so I helped take care of him. My grandmother died, my grandfather died, and an aunt died, all in that time frame. So I didn't know what a medium was. I would have been in a medium's door every single day, I think. Thank goodness I didn't know what a medium was. And I didn't find out until my 30s. So it went from my 20s to where I had a massive experience during a meditation that scared me so badly that I just stayed away. And then in my 30s.
Can you tell a little bit more about what happened that scared you?
Yeah. My brother was sort of in the metaphysical. I didn't know this at the time. And I was just being a good sister, supporting him, and went to a meditation with him. And it was in a private house, and we were in the front room, and we were all holding hands. And at that time, even that made me uncomfortable. Holding somebody's hands I don't know, doing something woo-woo I don't know. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. Be a good sister. And what happened was this amount of energy that rushed through my body. I felt like I was going to explode from the inside out. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. My heart was just pounding out of my chest. But then the visuals that happened, where I'm inside my body, I'm seeing all my organs, I'm seeing my cells, I am flowing through my body visually.
Wow.
And then I'm on a mesa looking over a valley, and Jesus is standing next to me. Now, if that's not going to make you crazy, I don't know what will. I left that house. I never went back, and I never did it again.
Did you tell your brother what you experienced?
I did. But he was in his journey, but he really wasn't. He was a young soul, and he was dying of AIDS. And so we were doing things together. So he really didn't talk a lot about his spirituality with me, but he collected crystals and things like that, which I have his crystals. And but that was the aha. I mean, that was a real aha moment. I've had a couple before that, but I mean, I had a premonition that I saw President Reagan get shot, and 3 days later he got shot.
He was shot.
Yeah. That scared me. I was only
Yeah,
15.
I was going to say that would be rather frightening when you don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, and all of a sudden, someone that's not even in your realm,
Yeah.
that happened, and you saw that.
So I had a lot of crazy things happen, but really the catalyst was when I got pregnant at age 35. It was a big surprise, and that little soul sped up my my spiritual path completely, opened it
Okay.
wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnancy did. So
Mm-hmm.
so that's how it started.
Excuse me. Wait, you saw the inside of your body, you
Mhm,
saw Jesus, and you're over a mesa, but
mhm.
the pregnancy started you on the journey?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Excuse me. How did the pregnancy start you?
Well, it changed my metabolism completely. And this is going to be funny. You'll think this is crazy. Before I got pregnant, I could only have like one alcoholic beverage because I would get ill if I had two. I would start to get a headache and not feel good. So I
Mhm.
never drank. I was at my next door neighbor's party, a housewarming party, and she poured me a drink and I drank it. And then she poured me another drink and I drank that. And I'm like, this is strange because I'm able to
Yeah.
drink. I'm not able to drink, but I'm able to drink. And 2 weeks later, I found out I was pregnant.
Uh-oh.
And since then, I've been able to drink. So it's his fault that I drink.
What's that?
I said, it's his fault that I drink. I'm just teasing.
I know. It's a good laugh though. I hope you quit drinking when you're pregnant because that's
Oh,
not
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
good.
isn't that interesting? Okay. Well, okay. Tell us how that led you down the road to your spirituality now.
Well, I started noticing things. I started noticing I could feel things about people. I could always read people. I just thought it was common sense, street smarts, book sense, that kind of thing. And and I found out there was a little bit more to it. And I was in the car industry. I was in the service and parts at car dealerships. I was a service and parts director. Okay. And so at a lot of employees,
Men.
yeah, a lot of men, all men. All my life was all men. And so anyway, customers would come in and I'd know their backstories. I could touch their car and I could feel things.
Wow.
And then and it helped me deal with people because that's how I got as far as I did. My husband always teases me. He goes, you are terrible at math. How could you get such a high paying job? And I says, because I have common sense. I know how to meet people.
That's cool though.
Yeah. So I used it to move up in the corporate world.
Mm-hmm.
So I teach people that too. They don't have to do what I do. They can use it for just everyday life. And so anyway, fast forward, and when my son was about 4 years old, my next door neighbor committed suicide on Memorial Day weekend, 2 doors down. And so there was a triage at my house, okay, because he was a Secret Service agent. So all the CIA, everybody came in. It was a big deal.
Wow.
So that was a Sunday. That Tuesday, I go to work, and he's right there in my face.
Oh.
I couldn't work. I couldn't think. I couldn't operate. He was just right there.
And that's the first time you saw apparition?
That's the first time as an adult that I've ever seen anything. And it was full on.
And he's visiting you at work.
And he's visiting me, wanting me to call he was separated from his wife. He wanted me to call his wife and ask for forgiveness.
Oh my gosh.
It got much better than that because she's a Christian woman and doesn't believe in what I do. Yeah,
she's not going to receive that very well.
And so I did it because he wouldn't leave me alone. And that was the start. And then since then, customers would sit down in my office and their dead relatives would sit with them. Or I'd go on a test drive and they would be in the car with them.
I have never heard this before.
I had one guy that he brought his Durango in. I worked for Dodge, and it was an old Durango, and he wanted to get it fixed. There were squeaks and rattles, so we're pushing on this car, me and my technicians, to try to get the squeaks and And all of a sudden, I just get this immense sadness. I start bawling. I had to leave, right?
Oh, wow.
And I go to the guy that owns the car, and I go, it's an old car. It's got a lot of miles on it. Would you think about trading it in? And he goes, no, I want to keep it. My wife committed suicide in that car. So that's what I was feeling. And I like, oh no, you need to get rid of this car. He did trade it in, thank goodness. And see, they don't know what I did. They didn't know what I did back then. I mean, I didn't even know. So I would pick up on things like that. I would just know things. I had
Why would he want to keep that?
I don't know.
That's crazy. And you gotta back up to the guy who committed suicide, and you had to reach out to his wife. I have to know the end of that story when you.
She said, what was crazy is this man, when he was in real life, in this world, everything was perfect. He was a Secret Service agent. His clothes were perfect. Everything was perfect about him. He was a perfectionist, right? And he was a cowboy. So he wore a cowboy hat and dressed that way. Well, when he appeared to me, which I thought was really crazy, he was disheveled. He had on a Hawaiian shirt. He did not have a hat on. And I'm like, this is not the man that I know.
Ew.
Right. Yeah. And he was crying and emotional. I mean, he would never show an emotion before. Right.
Oh.
And so when I told her he wants your forgiveness, he wants you to forgive him for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Code silence. And then she finally said, tell him I forgive him.
Oh, good.
His whole demeanor changed.
Good.
He was at peace. He didn't have the demons that he had in this lifetime when he was here. It was just such a transformation. So now I know when you commit suicide, that's a topic people don't want to talk about. You still have to go through what you're going through here on earth. Mm-hmm. But I saw a piece of him.
Wow, Tina. This is stuff that doesn't happen to most people. And you just stumble into this and just kind of start finding your way through.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. I love it. And I don't have to manage employees anymore.
You're too fun to hang out with. I can tell you that right now. Okay, well, and your husband, he doesn't think you're crazy?
No, he supports me. It's crazy. I've been married 41 years. So he's seen a lot of me going through things. I wasn't this person when he married me. Okay. So God love him. He still is going through it. He supports me. He helps me with my business. He'll help me with my meditations. He does all my maintenance or logistic type stuff for my business.
Good for him. Nice.
Yeah,
guy.
so he does support me, and his favorite saying is, because he's like, I'm not the psychic in the family here, and he's always right, so he's intuitive too.
Well, just don't agree with him. Yeah. Okay, so you live in Arizona.
Yes.
And there's some things that I really want to talk about. Well, first of all, she's a clairvoyant, she's a psychic, a medium, and an energy healer. And what about the transformational?
The trance healing.
I written down transformational.
So what I do is when I have sessions with people, it just transforms them. That's why I put transformational, because I believe in giving tools to people to help transform their lives. There is no easy button in my center, and I give people tools. I give them ideas, guidance, psychic guidance, and they can choose to use it or not. Okay, it's up to them. But I do give them a lot of tools so that they can help heal themselves. I believe in empowering people.
Okay, so that is the trance healing sessions.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's talk about that, because everyone is suffering some way, either physically, emotionally. And this would be a good topic for them to learn about and what they can do and how they can be empowered too. And not a victim of that. Right.
Trance healing is a form of mediumship that is really not being explored that much because it's not the popular form of mediumship. Okay. The evidential mediums, the one that you see that are demonstrating, that are giving messages, those are the more popular mediums. They're in the mainstream. But the mediums that do the trance healing, it's not as popular. One, because it takes a great deal of dedication, study, and work at it. It doesn't just happen immediately. And it takes a long time to build up your relationship with your guides. I call them friends. They're my friends. So it takes a long time to build up a relationship with my friends in order to get the results that I'm getting. I have sat for years. I sit probably for the longest time. I would sit anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a day in trance, 5 to 6 days a week. So
you do that for such a long time.
It's what I do when I do the healing work. When I sit in trance, spirit will hold me for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes while they're working on the person. So my sessions last around 2 hours.
Well, I am practicing trance meditation, not trance healing. Oh, I love it too. To be surrounded in all that love is just incredible.
It's euphoria. It's bliss.
It is.
To me, it's sitting in trance is the closest that you can get to God and to spirit.
It really is. And to experience that is so humbling and so beautiful.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. In my sessions, I'm spirit taught, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not. No. Spirit teaches me, and then I study after the fact.
Oh.
So something will come online, I'll work with it, and then I'll get inquisitive about it. And the reason being is, coming from corporate, and I am a Virgo, very controlling.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. So the biggest obstacle I had with trance is to let go of control.
You have to surrender.
You have to surrender. And so my team have decided that I am best taught by keeping me totally in the dark to where I know nothing of what they're doing so that my mind doesn't get involved in it.
Oh, that's kind of cool because the mind is from the ego.
Yes.
And then it just gets in the way.
Yeah, exactly. So with me, I've had to totally surrender when I'm doing a trance session. I don't know what they're doing when they're doing it. They don't show me anything, and they completely keep me in the dark. So it gets a little frustrating sometimes, especially when clients after a session will say, well, what did you see? I'm sorry, I didn't see anything. They don't give me any information, but the results that I get are astounding.
Okay, so kind of give us a scenario with that. And I know this is something you can do in person, and it is something you can do remotely too.
Right. I've had tumors shrink. I've had tumors disappear. I've had cancers disappear. I had a client with a glioblastoma, and I don't know if you know what that is. That's a brain tumor, and life expectancy is very short. And this particular lady, she called me the day she got diagnosed in the hospital, and she was a nurse. And I worked with her for 3.5 years until another one came back on the other side of her head, and that one was just too aggressive. So spirit gave her 3.5 years. And at the time I was, as a healer, I was a little angry because I envisioned her being completely healed. And that's not how it works sometimes. And so I had to really look and understand what the gift that spirit gave her. Spirit gave her 3.5 years. During that time, her daughters got married. During that time, her daughter had a grandbaby.
Oh.
So she was able to experience that for the first 3.5 years of that child's life. Well, 3 years around 3 years. My daughter-in-law and her daughter got pregnant at the same time.
So doing this too for those 3 years, she's not going through the regular cancer treatments.
She did some alternative. She did some treatments in conjunction with it. I find that I find that the spirit healers work really well with the medical doctors here on Earth. And if they could just combine both modalities, the recovery time would be quicker. I feel that the symptoms would be less. I've worked with people that are going through treatments at the same time, and they're recovering quicker. People call me and I do healings on them right after surgeries. I do hospice healings, helping the patient transition, and also helping the loved ones in the room understand what is happening with their loved one.
Both of my parents went through hospice, and not when my dad passed, but when my mom passed, the hospice nurse was there with me, and she was explaining everything that was happening with my mom at that time. And I appreciated that so much. I did, and it was so beautiful.
Well, think about if somebody could see the loved ones in the room and you could say, their mom's here. Oh, I've got an uncle here. Oh, I see this.
Yeah, it's very comforting.
It's very comforting. I just recently experienced that, where I had a student that they were having a relative transition. So I was going and doing, I went and did sessions, and then remote sessions also to help with the transition. So it's very rewarding.
Oh, I think it's so rewarding, so rewarding. So you were able to put the cancer in remission. Now,
first of all, let me say it's not me. I'm not the. It is the spirit. I'm strictly the conduit.
The conduit. Yes, you are the conduit. Yes, I understand that. I hope everybody understands that. She's not doing it. They're working through her. Do you know who your team is, or have you been introduced to them?
That's the crazy part. I know my gatekeeper, my control. I do know one of my guides. I have a plethora of guides that help me. So whatever specialty is that person needs is what comes in. And what I find very interesting in the sessions that I do with the trance healing is, let's say if I were to do a healing on you, and let's say you had a thyroid issue, you would have a specialist that came in that worked with thyroids, that knew all about thyroids. Cool. They may not be part of my team that stays with me, so they go home with your team and continue to work with you. So during my sessions, it's almost like a school operating room where the healers from the spirit world come in, the patients there, the patients' healers are there on their healing team. So their healing team gets to watch what my healing team does. So they get educated and schooled on what they've been doing. And then some of them go home with them to continue the healing with the person, because I teach people how to continue to connect in with their healing team to use them instead of grabbing for a bottle of good. I know, and I can't get it out there.
Really good. It really is.
I can't get it out there, Karen. It's crazy.
I know, but it's crazy good.
It is. I love it. I love it. I really do. And I just started incorporating another facet of the trance healing with my horses. See, I do horse healing sessions and horse healing clinics. But it's spiritually based. It is not the therapy that you normally see. So to me, it's all energy. I do mini chakra tune-ups while the horses are walking around the person while they're on the table and working on them. So that's a horse healing clinic. But I'm starting these trance healing sessions with horses where I set up, the gravity chairs or the reclining camp chairs. So I set those up all in a big circle in my turnout area where my horses run freely. And we sit there, we lay down, it's at night. The horses walk around on the outer perimeter and they work on the people while I'm in trance doing healing on everybody. So my horses are healing the people and the spirit healers are healing the people. And this is all done outside. And I'm really excited. It's an experiment I'm doing. I'm really excited about that. I'm always experimenting. And I think that's why spirit works with me, is because I don't have a preconceived notion of how things are supposed to be. So if they tell me to do something, I just do it.
Yeah.
So with my trance healing, it's completely unorthodox than what anyone does.
And your trance healing, it doesn't have to be emotion. It doesn't have to be just physical healing.
Oh, no.
It can be emotional and anything traumatic.
Yes, they work with a lot of. I work with a lot of trauma. I work with a lot of grief. And I do work with people that have physical ailments along with that. But, there's a reason they have those physical ailments, is because things are stored in their body, creating a disease in their body, or a disconnect, causing those problems. So spirit doesn't tell me what they're doing when they're working on them, but prior to the session, this is why I don't time my healing sessions, Karen. I talk to the person and I get downloads about what that person can do in their life to help their situation. So there's a lot of spiritual guidance that goes along with my sessions.
Wow, Tina, I am so glad we got to connect.
Yeah. I'm glad you called.
I am. My audience, I've been chasing her down for a while, So seriously, you have so many good things to share.
And I'm putting a retreat together with a colleague in the UK. We're going to be doing a retreat in October here.
Are you kidding?
No.
All of a sudden I'm attracting all these British people. In fact, I just made a video about that today.
Yeah. This is Acorn Academy. Kaz Dukes, shout out to her. She's really good.
What's her name?
Lots of integrity. And so she's going to come over and we're going to co-teach it, co-host it. It's going to be at a mansion. I think we picked a spot. I'm hoping this mansion in Cave Creek. But we're going to be doing trance, and it's going to be fully catered, all food, everything included, homemade food.
Gosh darn you.
It's a great retreat. It really is.
I wish I lived closer to you. So do you teach classes in this at all, or you just...
Yeah, I teach classes. Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do teach classes too?
I do. I've been teaching classes since, I think I started teaching in 2013.
Okay. So what type of classes do you offer?
Psychic, mediumship. I do trance. I teach all modalities. The way I look at it is I'm sort of like the kindergarten teacher for the spiritual world. So I can teach people the basic foundation, give them a really good foundation, and give them the tools that they need to expand on their work. And then they some stick with me, but some find other teachers. I have a practice group every Monday night in Tempe. That's not at my center. It's from 7 to 9. I've been running that group for years. We practice psychic and mediumship abilities, intuitive studies. And then my center here in Cave Creek, I also hold classes. Do
you do a Zoom format so people can do that also with you?
That's the thing. I'm really, a lot of them are all in person. I haven't really done that much in Zoom, and that's what I'm looking at expanding on.
Yeah, you need to. Because I would take a trance course with you.
Would you?
Yeah, so you need to think about doing that.
Okay, I will. Thank you. I've been doing it for many years. I really, it's crazy, Karen. I've never taught healing, and that's my primary thing, and that's what I'm going to teach at this retreat.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's great. Seriously, it's really, really great. And then you do chakra tune-ups too? Tell us about that.
You're crazy. Everything's unorthodox. So
I like that. I like a little left of center.
Yeah, or about 2.5 hours. You're on the table. I do the front chakras and I do the back chakras. And I take the tuning forks, and I'm really unorthodox with those too. But you'll get a full report of everything that I see, feel, and hear written out with every place that I put a tuning fork on your body.
Okay.
So, but what's crazy about it is on the front, the way I read the chakras, the root chakra, I'll see what feeds your soul and if you're doing things to feed your soul.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And so I can go up the energy centers, but the solar plex sort of tells me what percentage of intuition you use and where you use it mostly at. Your heart chakra will tell me if you have any trauma and sometimes what the trauma is and how much is healed of that trauma. They'll show me that. It's all clairvoyance. I see everything as a movie. It plays out in my mind. The throat chakra will tell me, communication. That's pretty basic. Same with the third eye. The crown chakra tells me how you're most connected to God, source, creator. And then when I flip you over into the back chakras, that's a past life. I see a past life play out like crazy on back chakras.
Do your participants find out about their past lives?
Oh yeah, I had one lady. Okay, so I'm doing a past life on her, and I'm seeing it's a Chinese person in a province, 14th century. He was a ruler, and he was being paraded around because anyway, long story short, she researched it, and he's actually a ruler in 14th century China provenance, and exactly what happened to him is exactly what I said.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about the past lives is I'm finding the commonality here of people pulling an essence of that past life into this lifetime. So I had a lady that I remember there was a house fire in her past life and her family perished.
Oh,
afterwards, I was going through the report, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, that explains why I'm so afraid of my house catching on fire. I've never had a fire, but I'm petrified my house is going to catch on fire." Well, when you have that understanding that you're bringing it from a past life, then you can let it go.
You can release it.
Yeah. So I'm working on doing some healing work around past lives too. But my chakra tune-ups, I find a lot of practitioners love my chakra. I mean, everybody loves my chakra tune-ups. That's one thing that they just like go crazy over. But I find that the benefits to practitioners are strong, very strong. It really opens up things for them. Because I put the tuning forks on meridian lines, acupressure, acupuncture points. I literally will put them all over the body. And by the time I'm done, probably 400 or 500 times I've placed tuning forks on your body. And I use a gong and I use a drum. And then I also do a healing modality that I haven't really shared with anybody. It's called the Gold Christ Light Healing Modality. And yeah, and that was gifted to me through meditation over the past 20 years. So there was a correlation, I guess, with Jesus coming in that first meditation and then the Gold Christ Light entering my life later. But that's a different healing modality. That's one where I'm active. I'm not passive in it. With the trance healing, I'm passive.
Yeah, you're just a conduit.
Yeah, with the Gold Christ Light, I am active. And with that, I scan the person's body. I can see if they have stuck energy. I can see if they have past life attachments, and I can remove them. I can see other attachments. And I can help clear up the auric field, things like that with the Gold Christ Light.
I wouldn't even know where to start with you. Everything sounds so interesting.
It's fun. I really enjoy
it. Does. It sounds so interesting.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm totally spirit taught. So I teach my students to really get close with their friends, their guides, and listen to them. Because we are of service to spirit and God. It's not the other way around.
Yes, I so agree.
And I think a lot of people miss the mark on that. And they're also missing the mark that it takes time to build this craft. And, you can, here's a good analogy. I'm a tech person, so like cars and things like that.
Yep.
So you can get a brand new car and let's say you get a mechanic that has 1 year experience and your car's broken.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah. Or you can get someone with 20 years experience that knows exactly what to do and how to go to it.
Right.
So, there's a learning curve with everything. It doesn't mean that person with 1 year experience isn't gifted. It just means they don't have the experience and the knowledge that they're going to acquire through time. And with our society being instant gratification, you see a lot of people who are doing this work that really don't have a full understanding of how energy works, natural law, and how the spirit world works. And so I try to give people that understanding so that they can learn from the best teachers in the world, which is spirit and God.
They are. My mind is just going crazy over here. It really is.
I'm sorry, I talked too much. You can start talking.
Oh, no. This is not about me. This is not about me. I just want to find out more about you. I'm not kidding. Tell me more. Is there anything that we've missed that you'd like to touch upon? And I know you're teaching too at the same time also.
Yes, I do a lot of teaching. You know, the one thing I really want to touch upon is to get back to the healing, because there's so much healing that needs to be done in this world in more ways than one. And to me, it's learning how to look at what is going on with yourself, how you're triggered, and to be honest about it, and to start looking and healing those things, because they will heal your physical body. The emotional things will heal the physical body. And I would love to see the trans healing to get out there more mainstream, because more people are starting to do it.
Me too.
But it's still not out there because it's not really glorifying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it takes a while. It takes a while to learn that.
Yeah. And I want to preface with my healing, with my trans healing. I am working a little bit in the physical mediumship realm with the trans healing. So with my sessions, they are done in complete darkness because of that. And so, but I let people know that the sessions are recorded infrared, so that I give a copy of the session to the client so they can see all the activity that's happening in the room around them. I have orbs that come up that look like softballs that are solid white. I mean, it's crazy what happens in my healing room.
You know, I love the orbs. I seriously do.
Yeah.
I'm going to totally ask you something that you might not be able to answer, but I do enjoy when I go to bed at night, and I'll take videos of the orbs in the bedroom. And, you know, sometimes they're quick, sometimes they're just floating around and all that. Well, now, sometimes when I take the videos, I get sounds with the orbs.
That's wonderful.
What's that?
Start talking to them.
Well, the first time I heard it, it frightened me.
Oh, okay.
It did, because it was so loud and so intense. And then I'd turn off my camera and there was no sound. Then I'd turn it back on. Now I'm getting more accustomed to it. Talk to them. That's what you're.
Yeah. You know, do you ever have, I don't know if I've got it. You know, those little mag flashlights, the little black flashlights that you turn the head. You turn the head and they go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can use that to communicate with spirit. So you take the flashlight and you turn it on to where it barely turns on.
Okay.
And you back it off just a little bit, so that if you tap it, it would go on. Okay.
So
you put it in a stationary space where it's not going to move. And you talk to spirit. Say, hey, turn the light on. And they will. I do it all the time. I do red light cabinet on Monday nights in my class. And I'll put little flashlights around the room for spirit to play with. And I put little spirit balls out for spirit to play with.
Spirit balls?
Yeah, they're little
Tina.
Yeah. You gotta come here, girl. We have lots of fun with stuff.
Oh my God.
But yeah, they're little balls that light up.
Spirit balls.
Yeah, and they're sensitive to energy. I don't have it here; it's in my other space. But yeah, when I do physical experiments, experiment, we will put some of these devices out for spirit to play with. As you can see, I've got a little coffin over here. It is an EMF device.
Oh, okay.
So spirit can touch it and the coffin opens up. It's cute. So,
oh my God, this is awesome. Okay.
I try to make it fun and active for my students.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I'm going to go looking for a flashlight around the house because I
Yeah,
know
you
I have.
should do it. Do it. Put it in your bedroom and
Yeah.
play with it. I bet your husband's coming in to visit you.
My husband's around all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I would challenge him to play with the flashlights.
I also want my audience to know she knows nothing about my husband. We have not talked about that, so she's picking up on him. So, yeah, she does not know my history. Yeah. Oh my God, Tina. I think we're going to have you come on again sometime, and you need to teach some classes so people that are not there can take some classes with you too.
Yeah, yeah. I've got to, I'm going to be doing some revamping after the first of the year. I sort of lay low around the holiday time because people are busy, they're doing things. And that's when I start working on my classes for that entire year.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to try the trance, not necessarily the healing, but the trance if you do that.
Oh, you can do the healing yourself. If you're getting into trance and you feel spirit come in, you could transition to healing.
Okay.
No problem.
I just know that my mind and my ego gets in the way and I question myself.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you're right. And that's one of the things, a lot of students that have that problem, and I tell them, I say, when you have your ego, acronym edging God out, EGO.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I like that.
And you remember when we were kids in the cartoons? The little devil on the left shoulder and the little angel on your right shoulder. You remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, the left shoulder, left side of the brain is what? It is scientific. It's analytical. It is mathematical.
Sorry.
That's okay. Where the right side of the brain is created spirit, God source. Funny, the angel always appears on the right side and the devil on the left side.
Ah, that's true. Yeah.
So what I do is I tell my students, you put that little devil, that little ego in timeout. Take it off and put it in the chair next to you because you don't need it right now.
Okay. I'll put it in the timeout.
You gotta have a healthy ego versus an unhealthy ego. Okay. And if you want to know about your personality traits and if they're healthy or unhealthy, the Enneagram really shows everything. So I don't do Enneagram. I have taken the Enneagram before, and it talked a lot about healthy aspects versus unhealthy aspects and how to recognize that.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's really amazing. The Enneagram it's one of those scientific tools.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
For those left brain people.
Okay, Tina, we're going to have to wrap this up, although I could go another hour talking to you. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience before we sign out?
I just want to thank you for what you do. The work that you do, getting out there and showcasing people. And that's really a great thing that you're doing. And I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome. And I love doing it too. And I meet the most fabulous people and learn so much too.
You need to come visit.
Yeah, I know.
Sedona is an hour and 15 minutes from my house.
Yes, I would have to come in the winter. I am not a hot weather girl at all.
It's cold here right now. I'm wearing long sleeve shirts. It's like it's I think 70 or 80 today.
That's cold?
That is cold.
I live in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh,
that's not cold.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tina, a complete pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
We're going to have you come back, okay?
Okay. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.